War. War never changes.
So we've got a terminal here, which we could get him to hack. I've been messing about looking for the duds to see if it makes me any happier when it comes to doing these, but because I've done it in my kind of faucet so long, I don't see the duds like that's a dud there. They don't immediately jump out to me, and if you've never messed with the duds, basically whenever the cursor turns into a double cursor like that, it means you can remove a dud, and it gets rid of one of the answers. And this is how they want you to do it, but I always found, just from experience, that I got to the answer quicker by guessing or by just going through them than I did by going through it like this and finding stuff to remove and getting all... This is how you're meant to do it, but it's just not how I've ever really done it. By, you know, doing it as the game intends, I find forcing it is usually more effective. But that might just be me. But if you're wondering, an easy way of getting to know the duds is literally just by scanning across the screen like this and then memorizing the ones that come out as being duds. But as I say, I don't really think it helps me, because I just don't really like this minigame. I think some people do, some people don't. But now that we've got that, there's a couple of words that are very close to each other, so let's try told. Nothing like told. Anything like size? It is size. Valentine admires me for opening that. We might be able to... No. I don't need this. I just hacked it to hack it. Fuck those protector assholes. But that's what they want you to do. They want you to get the clues and they want you to get rid of the duds, and I just find it to be a slow process and not a very fun one, so I never really entertain it too much. But you can do that every time, guys, if you choose to. And if you've memorised the duds by playing the old games, because I assume they're very similar, you can probably remove them really fast and you've got it all down, but it's just not how I do the hacking, so it's not something I ever really mess with. Hang on a second, is this where I came from? What is this? I can't tell if this is where we came from. No, no, no. This is new. Do you know what really bugs me about this game? On the old Fallouts, I was always able to tell where people were, even if I didn't have the highest perception, by those red bars on the perception chart on the bottom of the screen. On this, we get these dots, and this dot just doesn't give you the same information. Like, you could see where people were before they were aggressive, before they were angry at you, so you could ignore them or move away from them. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because my perception's too low or if they just changed the mechanic, but on this game it's really tough to see where enemies are until they're angry at you. Which is not helpful. I also liked the strip of red as well from those old games. I thought it looked cool. Crystal decanter. Something else below us. I'm not that scared of crappy these fellas. I assume there's a big one coming.
I'm sure this whole thing is overblown and Austin will be running around tomorrow.
Overblown or not, we have to do what we can for Austin. I just don't know what I can do.
Neither do I, Priscilla.
Why him? He's just a boy.
He's going to be just fine. You'll see.
Where were we hearing that from? Just the hydroponics? Interesting. So this is... There's no wonder nobody knows about this. This is a fucking secret part. The greenhouse would be a perfect place to introduce Class C4 and D1. Ah, okay. So basically, this secret area is the actual part of the vault that the vault was designed to monitor, and that was introducing viruses and potential like chemical weapons into an isolated society and seeing the effects, which is fucking scary and horrible. But it's, you know, it don't surprise me one bit. If there's one thing we're incredibly good at as human beings, and that is finding creative ways to torture our fellow man.
Well, this is gonna be a joy for you. You get to nag me and I can't go anywhere.
Oh, real nice, Holt. Make this about you. Don't you think about anyone other than yourself? Your daughter could get sick like Austin, and you're whining about spending time with your family?
I have things to do. We don't have to hide away anymore.
You're so busy, Holt. You have so much to do. Please, explain to Erin why your needs are more important than her safety.
Just never mind.
Idiot.
I'm getting my dick sucked by that sexy one with the undercut. See what this one says. The vault inhabitants have unexpectedly repurposed this room to be a kind of store for selling and repairing their possessions. It has allowed this observation port to record interactions between many of the vault citizens. This shop will become an important disease vector for spreading airborne Class B2 viruses. It will also be valuable for observing the effects of disease on social and economic relationships. This room will become a backup treatment location along with the commissary. The primary will still be the clinic under the assumption that severely ill patients will all be taken there. Jesus Christ, dude. How the fuck do people do this stuff? I don't get it. Like, I can say some crazy, stupid, cold, callous, sick stuff, but it either comes from a perspective of passion or love and profound wish to change, or it's in the name of saying something ridiculous in the heat of the moment. I never mean any of this shit, because what's the point? Okay, that was weird. Zero chance of hitting. That's funny. Tell that to his deceased relatives. How do they burrow through concrete, dude? Or through steel? It's even worse.
You and your staff are to make sure every resident remains under stringent medical observation.
Let me see this conversation.
We can't risk this pathogen spreading, Dr. Forsyth.
Yes, Overseer.
How is Austin doing?
The infection has progressed quite rapidly. We need a way to stop it from spreading.
Then let's hope that outsider pulls through and gets us a cure.
What's that? Then.
They're everywhere. So this vault has a secret, and it's actually quite interesting, so I'm super glad we came back. Although the chief scientist argued against an observation port in the Overseer's office, it has turned out to be a boon. Ed boon. We are able to observe the political shifts in governance since the vault door was locked. When we do introduce viruses to the population, we will be able to monitor the leadership's reaction and courses of action. Wonderful. Horrible fucking people. Yeah. Motherfucker's got a gold flip lighter. What do you need a lighter for? Let alone one so elaborately embellished. Sit down. I have a lot of shit to cook once we're done. Interesting. At that range, that one died instantly, but the other one... Cryo mines. Cool. 45 rounds.
Hell aroma is that?
Fucking stuck. You can smell? Awesome. I didn't realise synths were so advanced. Very cluttered, whatever it is. Oh, these are the kennels. Or if mole rats have kennels, they would look like this. He's gonna jump at me. That's exactly how we stay alive, by pausing it and never facing the game. Interesting. So lots of mole rat bullshit. I can hear all kinds of weird stuff. Ooh. Pays it forward a little bit, some Wonder Glue. I'll have a fan and expert wall safe. Oh bollock, just the one. Sitting down through the sports shorts, scaring all the little children. Damn it.
Sweet.
Silver fog. So it's not really been a great avenue for loot, but I reckon there's probably a bobblehead here maybe. Or at least something. Maybe a magazine. Still got my torch on and I hate the colour of the torch. We've already gone through this paradox, but you know, I can't help it how I feel. I'm a very particular kind of person.
Terminal should open this.
Okay. Not the most trusting of dirt when crazy mole rats can pop out of it. Whoa, that is a brood mother. Okay. Looks like 60% accuracy on you was all I needed to put you down. More brood mothers. Oh, that missed. Shit, this one's got some kick. He just punched it. He's using a unique assault rifle, if you're wondering. It fires twice. And I've got it upgraded to max, or maximum of my capabilities, so it does like 90 odd bullet damage per shot, and it fires twice. So it's a unique combat rifle. I thought I'd give him something when we weren't being silent. Because the sniper's all good and well, but I don't think that guy really benefits from snipers. I think he's more of a grafter. But I could be... Ooh, mini nuke. I could be wrong. Is that a blood bag? Some 45 rounds. Is this... What is this? It's blood, Barry. It's always blood. Every time we play this game, you say it, and it's blood. Goddamn Special Forces dude doesn't even know what blood is. Research Com Terminal. Testing 1, 2, 3. Where is everyone? Phase 1 trial. Food extruding issue. Phase 2 trial. Delivery mech failure. Please answer. Dr. Olivet, do you copy? I do, Kenneth. Everything good over there? Just another drill day, right, Overseer? Is it? And thank God for that. Okay, so another one of those. Whole bunch of stuff to read, to embellish upon. Some fiction about people that you will never meet and you will never really get enough information to be ever interested in them. Doctor, please get in touch. I know what you've done. Honestly, I don't blame you. Performing the Phase 3 trial on non-consenting humans is a breach of ethics, at least according to the world we used to live in. I can keep Burrow together for a while, but Flint's already suspicious. What are we supposed to do over here? I can only lie to them for so long without some actual response from you. Damn it, Olivet. You can't be such a hypocrite that you'd condemn us to die in the name of your personal sense of morality. I know your politics, but I never thought you'd actually leave men for dead. Please reconsider this. So did he just... Did he leave? Did he leave them all underground? What was Phase 2? We've tweaked our formula based on Phase 1 trials results, and I think we're ready to go with Phase 2. How's the mole rat population doing? Very well. Something was tampered with. So, moral of the story, shit went bad. Shit always goes bad. And we're here to, I would say pick up the pieces, but I'm not entirely sure that's what we're doing. We're just doing a lot of shooting, aren't we, Nick? So, I'm not entirely sure where we're meant to go. This only took us so far, and then it didn't take us any... Is it this? There we go. We got that password, didn't we? So we use it on this. There's a door somewhere it's going to open. Is it going to be one of those weird doors where the wall just opens, like a weird panel? It is. Or maybe there was a door there and I just didn't see it. Okay. Floral, flared. There it is. And dead people stuff. Oh, the graves! Improvised graves. It's a shrine of sorts. I didn't get to see what the misc said. I got a holotape, but I couldn't fucking tell you which one it was. Just gotta hope something jumps out at me. Nothing's jumping out at me. Damn it! Maybe it'll be one of those names from those computers. Yeah, I've got no idea what that holotape was. Sorry, guys. It's probably really fucking interesting and it would have helped us understand a little more stuff, but the inventory in this game is horrible. It's always been horrible and they haven't fixed it, and when you combine that with my terrible memory... Like, I didn't even have a chance to read it then, so it's not even an issue of remembering it. It's not being able to spot it. Curry? Curie?
Another stranger.
Oh, she's French.
So very patiently for you to arrive.
Hi there, baby. Dig the accent.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Superb. I placed
Superb.
an musical so long ago. I was beginning to think something dreadful must have happened. I am pleased to report I completed my primary duties 83 years ago. Thousands of pathogens were grown in the mole rat hosts. Then a single broad-spectrum cure was developed to treat them all. Very satisfying work for many decades. Now, please tell me you are authorized to release me from the lab.
I am so authorized. You are released.
Superb. I had almost given up all hope of living here. I'll open the door for you.
Well, if I get super AIDS, I'm blaming you, Curry. There is a bobblehead.
Representative, I entrust you with the broad-spectrum cure I developed. If you have an equivalent to my digital hippocratic...
Yes.
Wow, that's powerful.
Please use it quickly to prevent any undue suffering. However, be advised, there is only one dose left, and I can no longer make any more.
Okay.
So, I am most eager to leave.
I'm sure you are, Curie. Or Curry. It can't be Curry, can it? Because surely Curry's two R's. It's an acronym of some sort. This terminal is now for the exclusive use of CVRIE for both research and personal uses. Please respect her privacy and use other terminals for your own work. Thank you, Dr. Collins. This terminal not recommended for research backup. Please use hard copies. Okay. Personal. Do not read. This means even you, Dr. Collins. Okay. Okay. She wrote a eulogy. I have been ordered by Dr. Collins to add an entry to this terminal. Dr. Collins was most insistent that this is my terminal. I explained several times that robots cannot own property as per Robco policy, but his orders were most clear and insistent. I will comply with Dr. Collins' wishes and maintain a log when ordered to. Very interesting. I have completed my analysis and integration of the data to make me a capable research assistant. I have been commanded to provide an assessment of my colleagues. Dr. Flint is objectively brilliant, although Dr. Collins repeatedly calls him brusque. But I find Dr. Flint's commands and speech patterns easier to parse. His observations are always very astute, and I am learning much about working with cell cultures from him. Monsieur Burrow is perfectly acceptable to work with. He performs menial tasks, which my programming is perfectly suited for, such as carrying heavy lab equipment. This is strange because my capabilities for such a task are far... How do I fucking do this? Beyond those of a human male. I am told by Dr. Collins that this is a sign of respect that Monsieur Burrow is making. This does not compute, so he's being a gentleman to a female robot in hopes that she's got a vacuum suction. I get his motivations. Oh, here we go. Gobbledygook of machinery. Unusually agitated state. He would not leave his quarters after his morning meal. Dr. Collins assures me this state is temporary and that Monsieur Burrow is merely overwhelmed with He got infected by something. And he died. Dr. Burrow is deceased. Post-mortem indicates he expired from a severe cardiac arrest brought on by advanced age. Advanced age? They're trying to say natural causes? What the fuck? He died at 5:01 AM shortly after waking. In accordance with the doctor's pre-existing orders, the body was cremated and placed in a specified urn alongside Dr. Collins and Flint. How many people are dead? Jesus Christ! Dr. Burrow was of great assistance in continuing the work left to us by the others. My last order was to continue working on our projects alone so that our deaths will not be in vain. My processors are fully committed to furthering the study of pathogens and viruses for the betterment of mankind. To honour this last request. Ripley signing off. Interesting. So what's the last one? I've decided to write a suite of custom personality settings for the robot. She's a little bit of a Liza. I really hope she got into her vault down in DC, and a little bit my grad school fling with Versailles back in 46. I'm loading her databanks with every great body of work I have access to here. Kant, Einstein, Born, Darwin, is it Curie? Faraday, Turning, Braun. She'll have so much to learn. It's already made her feel so much more like a peer in the lab as opposed to an appliance. I'm calling her Curie. I know, I was never a subtle man. What does that mean? We're hamstrung with only 3 researchers. Decided to make a few modifications to this Mr. Handy robot. Should be really useful for speeding up some of our lab work. I've been pretty anxious since admittance day. As if the world ending wasn't enough, I'm very concerned about Olivette's motives. Dusting off some of my old robotic chops has been just the distraction I've needed. And he fucked him, the Olivette, so he was right to be worrisome. Curie's been doing great. Flint's finally stopped treating me like a crazy person for insisting we address her as a human, and I swear Burrow is differential to her in a way that reminds me of seeing him around Rebecca back during the drills. It's actually endearing to see. Most importantly, and perhaps more surprisingly, she's bringing a sense of normalcy to the lab, keeping us all a bit more grounded. Anything to keep our minds off the situation we're in is all too welcome. I've tuned her personality matrix a lot, but it's beginning to feel wrong to manipulate her. I'm going to leave her programming alone for now and just see how she evolves as she keeps learning more. Ongoing directive. Haven't touched this terminal in years, not since I gave it to Curie as her own. Seeing her reaction to something of her own was transformational. It just seemed wrong to violate that, and so it's truly been for her eyes only ever since. This final entry is an exception, and I suppose it's being written out of habit as a man used to a lifetime of recording his experiments. We lost Flint today, and Burrow has to spend more time helping me around the lab than actually performing research these days. So if only to report my findings, Curie has been a remarkable success. She transcended my expectations of robot programming. Her personality feels as genuine as my own, her interest in scientific research is insatiable, and seeing her struggle with concepts like morality has been completely moving. Truly, she is my greatest work. I only hope that one day she can see more of the world. If only I could be there to witness her reaction to the blue skies and butterflies she only heard me sing about. So, there's no way we can't not take this girl with us, surely. We've just spent the last 10 minutes learning all about her. So, can we tell her to go to the sanctuary?
You can go.
Freedom at long last. Hopefully now I can properly further my scientific research. Since my job here is done, I think I will follow you out.
Okay, we've got a French robot that hopefully does more than surrender. Then again, the French are known for a variety of rather endearing sexual acts. Can I not? So what would that do? It said, didn't it say call Curie just then? I don't know. We've done the mission anyway. Just got to go and cure the kid.
Yes?
Hey, let me ask you.
It is stimulating
Oh.
traveling with you.
Bollocks. They were talking and I fucked it up.
Okay, ask.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your...
Wonderful. Any more scripting issues we want to have here? Fucking hell.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Go on.
Okay, ask.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. Folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
I don't know what any of that is you just said.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own. A synth. The man killed every rep at the talks.
Wow.
Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Good on you, dude.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things,
This guy likes to talk.
things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Yes, I do.